Good morning and welcome to episode 1256 of Hard Factor. It is Friday, July 21st, 2023. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. We have an 80-ish% accuracy guarantee here at Hard Factor. Today, Mark's got some Florida Man, of course, on your Florida Man Friday, AI, India, and censorship in your cup of coffee.
You said it, buddy.
Well, sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
I've got some shark news you definitely need to know out of Florida. Of course, Florida Man Friday.
Oh, we got a lot of Florida today. That's nice.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I got a surprise for you guys in a second. And then Wes has the high five to buzz us into the weekend once again. Pat is driving to his new home in Chicago with his whole family.
He's probably still driving. We had a sales meeting, a meeting with him earlier in the day when he was sweating because he was like moving with the movers.
He was barely getting out of New Jersey. Yeah.
And then I saw like a message from Kate being like, "Well, we're off to a slow start. We just got to the first highway, and it was like noon or 1. So they have like several more hours left."
Wait, so I thought she was gonna fly, but now
I think they were going together.
They're all now together on the drive.
But it's a 13-hour drive that started at noon.
In the text thread, if you're watching live, getting for live updates for Pat's move here, he just sent us a picture of his son scouring what looks to be a sporting goods store. So
nice.
that they're taking a lot of breaks. Oh, that might be you're right. It's a Buc-ee's. Wes. Or like no, you're right. It's
well,
like
I don't know. Is Buc-ee's East Coast? I don't
stop.
know. I don't know if Buc-ee's is that far east coast.
Mega truck stop. They're Loves or something.
Loves, yeah.
Such a big gas station. It looks like a sporting goods store on the photograph. Yeah. That's what's going on. Check this out, guys. This is the surprise, though. Check it out.
Oh,
look what came in the mail.
Whoa.
The Black Legion. The machete. So patreon.com/hard factor. If you need more hard factor than the 5 daily pods a week, which you might. So go there for Florida Man Friday and the Hive Hour. 2 Florida Man Fridays ago, we got into a little bit of a machete wormhole, rabbit hole, I'd say. And so I ended up buying the Black Legion, made in China. Should have looked that up before I bought it. So a little bit regretting about that. But check it out, guys. I mean, this is a tactical blade.
Whoa.
Right here. I'm like
the Kohlberger special.
The Buster Sword from Final Fantasy VII. Look at that thing. Ooh.
No, I'm just like a tactical blade guy now. Well, I mean, a machete,
cool.
Giant machete. Yeah. So thinking I might hack some stuff up on a live stream sometime. Anyways.
Hell yeah. Phil Coletti. That's why we call him Machete Phil. Yeah. One of the best guys.
How does it bend? How does it show me a bend?
You want to see the tang? You want to see the tang?
Yeah.
It doesn't bend at all. It doesn't give an inch. It doesn't give a centimeter.
Well,
I mean, that's solid construction right there.
Oh,
this is called the Jungle Hunter. This one.
Oh, I know what we could do. We were talking about polls and stuff. Why don't we get a poll up of what Will should hack with that?
Right. Also, yeah. Yep. Probably a lot of fruits too, which is related.
The Chinese use that to kill baby girls over there.
Ooh,
is that what that one's called? The baby killer?
That's the baby girl killer.
Luckily, they didn't brand it like that for America West.
Yeah,
they didn't brand it like that for us. It's the Jungle Hunter over here.
That's good.
Luckily, through Amazon.
It's not the baby girl hunter.
Nope.
No.
Okay.
No. Thankfully, no. Didn't order that one. But should have bought an American machete. That's my fault. But
not the used baby girl hunter.
But did you know that? Which country was it? I forget. There's some country in Asia that makes the most machetes. Anyways.
Oh yeah, we saw that. Yeah, we looked that up. You gotta go to patreon.com to find out what that country is. All right, let's do the news.
It's on a Florida Man Friday.
Ready?
Yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
Mark, before you begin, quick announcement. We're gonna try a little something different in the High Five today. Yeah. We're gonna do a live Q&A at the end. So there wasn't a lot of voicemails. There was no new reviews. So yeah. So we're gonna pivot a little bit, see how it works. If you got a question, start writing it down now. We'll do a little Q&A at the end.
I have a question for the listeners.
Yeah.
Where are the reviews?
Yeah, exactly.
That's true. Also, if you want to send those in and we can see them live, go to youtube.com/hardfactor right now. Hard Factor News, sorry, and get on the live stream. We can watch your comments come in. That's where you can ask a question.
Eric, if you see a bunch of good questions now, like we're going to do it live, but if you see a bunch of good ones, maybe write those down, copy paste. Nice. Eric, the producer's on it. Okay, so first story. You guys have heard about reparations in the news the past few to several months, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, slavery
California.
reparations.
Yeah, not just California, but exactly, yes. Both of you are right. Yes, like slavery, like certain states and cities. I think Detroit has been
Because there's like Native American as well. Like there's different ones, right?
San Francisco.
But
yeah, a couple different states and cities have been floating the ideas, putting it on like ballots, maybe starting to act on it. Well, Florida's not one of those states, believe it or not, with Ronnie D at the helm.
That's shocking.
Yeah, but they are doing something. They're going the route of education, which is good, right? Slavery is taught already in every U.S. history book, but Florida is re-examining how it's taught, and now they've made a ruling and they've made some changes starting this upcoming school year, how they're going to teach slavery.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I mean, I would assume you'd say it's like it was bad, right? You'd like go through the history of it, how it started, and I mean, like the Dutch were really involved. I remember that, and then like the Brazilians too, but then us too. Obviously, Americans, like we were big into it. And then you'd probably say it's bad, right? Like that was a typical history lesson.
I think they're still saying it's bad, but they do. One of the main things they want to point out is that Black people learned valuable life skills that quote gave them personal benefits while they were being slaves. For
they're coming up with the silver linings for slavery.
Yep. And why we're not going to give them reparations ever, because they learned skills.
But wouldn't they? I mean, like they would have learned plenty of skills in a free life as well.
Potentially will, but that's not the point. They weren't free back then, and they learned the skills.
Oh my goodness!
Interesting.
What the fuck?
This passed unanimously, by the way.
Wait, like what?
Yeah.
What like is it in a textbook? Like what is
yes,
it? What are they saying?
Textbook. The quote is that slaves learned valuable life skills that quote gave them personal benefits,
like survival skills.
I don't know.
Basically.
Yeah.
Right. Running from the hounds skills.
Yeah.
If you tried to escape. Getting whip skills. I mean, that's what the fuck. That's a really weird spin.
That's a bad one. There's some other updates that, of course, these totally make sense. They're going to say that specific massacres, like one executed by a white mob in Ocoee, Florida, 1920, then the white mob in 1906 Atlanta race riots, the white mob in 1919 Washington, D.C. race riot, the white mob in the 1921 Tulsa massacre that's been portrayed twice on HBO series recently, and the 1923 Rosewood massacre led by a white mob, were events where acts of violence were perpetrated against and by African Americans. So they were also committing violent acts when they were getting attacked by the white mob. Just
they want to clear that up.
Putting it out in the textbook that
basically they were saying like there was no suppression.
They're saying we had every good reason to.
Whatever happened, but they were also very violent. They want to point out that's kind of got
so basically
find people on both sides vibes, right? Like from the Charlottesville thing.
Yeah. Whoa, that's insane. That's an insane rewrite. That's not
good.
Not accurate, right?
Was Jason Aldean there?
Whether it's accurate or not with the violent part, I don't know if it's necessary. I don't know if that's the main takeaways you need to be putting into the whole slavery thing, right? Like,
no.
What grade is this? Or was that like in general? They were just saying like we're gonna
specifically middle school.
Weird.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah, all right. So
why rewrite that? That one seemed like it was probably fine, right?
Well, this is like Ron DeSantis's answer to critical race theory, which was going the opposite direction. He wants to nip that in the bud and say this is how we're teaching it. Because critical race theory was like the opposite. They're saying like it affects.
Well, explain critical race theory.
Final wording.
Please. I can't. Like I think what I've read is like it's like the opposite. It's saying that like instead of life lessons, it set them back, and it's still affecting them today. Type thing. Right. So that's the difference between critical race.
Oh, this is like so
this is the
original version was just the history of what happened.
Yes. Then critical race theory came.
Then that one came in and says it's still active today, and then DeSantis is saying that it never even existed at all.
So why don't we just go back to regular history?
Right. just keep it with the OG facts of the history, maybe, right? Like instead of doing the either or extreme side.
Yep.
Okay, so you're right, Mark. You're right about that.
So it's the opposite. It's the counter to that. Hey.
Oh my goodness. So there's literally culture wars have gotten so intense in 2023.
Now the middle school kids are involved in getting the
history is being culture warred. You're
Pretty good.
Hey, when are we going to learn what we taught him? Jesus.
Hey, Daryl, you should be able to do this. You're skillful.
Daryl, you should be thanking me.
Yeah. What the fuck? This guy here is not real thrilled with AI. Okay. That's artist Greg Rutowski. Dumb Polak. He goes, he does art. He does art for Dungeons and Dragons.
Stick figures.
Yeah, he does stick figure art.
It's those cardboard carbon things that you can just scrape off, and once you scrape it, it's white, so it's really easy to do. Yeah.
He does art for Dungeons and Dragons and like Magic the Gathering and things like that. Like here's an example of his art. Whoa. It's pretty badass, right?
Yeah. Pretty good.
That's a dragon and like a lady wizard.
It's computer generated art. Is that what it is? Like
that's Greg Rutowski.
That's him. Greg drew that, huh?
I don't know if it's digitally created or not, but it's he does all the design work. So yeah, maybe it might be computer. I don't know. How to answer that.
It's good. It's impressive, regardless.
Right. He spends time on that and he creates the imagery and stuff. Turns out, back to that computer generated thing you just said, it's real easy to create works of art that look similar to Greg Rutowski's. And in fact, there have been over 400,000 requests to AI machines like Midjourney that we've used on this show and other AI. He has been recreated more times than Pablo Picasso and Leonardo da Vinci, and he hasn't received a dime.
Oh, dude, that's fucked up. If you are referenced in an AI algorithm, you should be given the royalties for that, right?
You're right, Will. You're right, Will.
I mean, absolutely. If it's in the art, if it's the style of your art, and the AI has to like bite your shit to make it, that you get royalties for that.
As long as
because like if they try to use our likeness, like
no, but look, people forgers, they create like Pablo Picasso or Rembrandt's, but as long as you don't sell it as one of his original arts or whatever, then I think it's fine.
So you're telling the machine to make me an exact Greg Rutowski, then you sell it as not. Well, right. In fact,
that's dirty.
In fact, Eric and I did that. And here's what we came up with in about 6 minutes. Here's a bunch of Greg Rutowskis. That's a Greg Rutowski. This is a Greg Rutowski. Here's another Greg Rutowski.
It looks similar.
They look really a lot like it, don't they?
I think they're a little better, to be honest with you.
Yeah, these aren't bad, are they?
No, the Rutowski original, you could. Oh, that one's really good, though.
Yeah,
there was the last one was just so good.
Pretty good, don't they?
I wouldn't be able to tell if you put 5 next to each other. I'm not pointing out the Rutowski.
Rutowski's got a point.
Eric sent me 17 pictures in like a matter of minutes, and then he said, by the way, each one of these has 3 variations. So he got 51 Rutowskis in like a couple minutes.
It's tough for Rutowski.
Sorry, Rutowski. You shouldn't have put all your eggs in computer art.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but then what if what happens when they make the AI hard factor?
Right. I mean, like this is just another evidence of AI taking people's jobs. Yeah.
It's like we can laugh at Rutowski getting his job taken by the computer, but like everybody else's job is going to be gone soon. Too.
How many Polacks does it take to make a Rutowski? 0. You can just get the AI to do it.
Right. That's right.
Who needs them?
Good point.
Who needs them? Anyways, yeah. So
that's tough for artists.
Artists are fucked, specifically like graphic designers.
Dude, I'm as a photographer, I'm years, a very short time away from being fucked. People are going to be able to take, AI is going to be able to do all the editing. Anyone that takes a halfway decent picture can make it look like they took an amazing picture in no time. It's fun.
Oh, right, because they'll just enhance it.
They just enhance it. It'll be like Photoshop on steroids.
Right, good point. So you just take your shitty photo roll from like your
anyone can do a shitty photo
camera, and then it turns into art. Yeah, good point.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. I need to start losing weight so I can fit in spaces to hide from the AI.
Well, but Mark, at the same time, if you didn't want to and you just wanted to get taken over by it, you could just AI yourself into looking skinnier, and then you could just do whatever weight in real life.
Just cyborg me, baby. Come and take me, like the lady on the roof on Independence Day. Welcome, aliens. Hey, There was a gang rape in India. Stop me if you heard this before.
Yeah.
Stop.
It was
They're like us with mass shootings with those gang rapes. over
great
there.
point, Will. That's a great point. In the state of Manipur, or the state of Man, as locals call it, 2 women were. I guess there's been like violent protest in that town, and you know, some of the women are taking the brunt of it when the men are getting worked up, like the 2 women that were paraded around naked and beaten after they were raped in the streets this past week in Manipur.
Oh
Yeah.
boy. So it's just still full blown huge problem.
Like the whole town is either in on it or turning a blind eye over there. It's not like, oh,
weird.
It's not, like rapes happen all the time. Unfortunately, it's U.S. colleges everywhere, like out. But usually it's like some psychopath that breaks
But the
into
group rape is.
This is like the whole city's in on it.
Yeah,
They're
it's so weird.
They come together.
They do. It's like the weddings and the rapes. The whole. Anyways, one man has been arrested for gang rape. This doesn't happen everywhere in India. It's happening less and less. I'm being a little bit racist, a little bit stereotypical to have some fun.
Well,
It's a
good.
comedy
Not
show.
really though.
Comedy
Mark.
show. It's a comedy show.
Getting a handle on
is that not really. Like
Well, they are.
they've got a big problem over there.
Yeah, but it's getting better. One man has been arrested for the gang rape.
Remember the layer shot commercial? It was basically like a gang rape commercial for Indian cologne.
Oh,
It was so weird. It was like 5 guys in one dude's bedroom with his girlfriend, and they're all like spritzing up cologne.
Right. You really need to smell good if you're gonna gang rape someone. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Mr. Modi, did come out and say that this is an incredibly shameful incident for India and no guilty person will be spared. So they're trying to get their act together over there. They know this is a thing that people see over there, and they're
it's horrible. It's been going on for a long time.
Yeah, they're like on the buses and stuff. Like, anyways, it's 2023, so Modi, get that shit nipped in the bud. Okay.
Yeah, do it, Modi.
Yeah. I mean, what are you doing? It's shameful for India. Start cutting.
Also fastest growing country. So like when you think about it, they really need to nip it in the bud because they're going to be bigger than China. Like what? They're already bigger than China, are they?
Well, if they're raping everyone, that's a lot of pregnancies.
I know they're growing the fastest. I forget who's biggest right now, but yeah.
We'll see how we navigated that one. Hey, clip that down, Eric, for socials. Hey, I didn't rape her. Let's go back to Florida again. It is Florida Man Friday after all. Full weekly Florida Man Friday episodes are found at patreon.com/hardfactor or on Spotify subscriptions. Will's got the blade out for this one.
Got my machete out.
It costs you less than a beer after tip at a bar, a single beer. You could just get not only weekly Florida Mans for the month, but the whole archive of Florida Mans. Anyways, this one's actually about a Florida girl, Olivia Caraballo. And you guys might have seen this one in the news. She, I guess back in 2019, took a McNugget to the thigh and it burned her leg.
Wow, that's a good McNugget.
You see that? You guys see this in the news?
McNugget.
No, I haven't.
So she was she was 4 years old. Her mom went to some McDonald's drive-by in some McDonald's town in some McDonald's part of America. And she got McNuggets and a Happy Meal for her daughter. And her daughter opened the Happy Meal. One McNugget fell out. It had too much fried grease, hot grease on it still. Landed on her thigh and burnt the shit out of her thigh. 2nd-degree burns. Goes through the court system in a lawsuit. This week she got $800,000.
Whoa. For a McNugget?
Bad. Yeah, I mean, that's incredible.
Not bad.
You would take a burned thigh for $800,000.
It was 2nd-degree burns, not 3rd degree. She was 4 then. She's like 7 or 8 now, and she has like a tiny scar, little scar. So it's totally worth $800,000. I would take 3 nuggets for that.
We were talking about in the Discord chat, like how low would you go? How low would you go?
100,000 for 2nd-degree burns from a nugget.
Easy,
yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah, maybe 50 grand. Yeah.
Maybe 20.
I mean, she's a kid, so she gets more. But
$6 grand.
Yeah. pay my car payment this month. Many a times I've
covered in burns.
yeah. It's 3,800 a burn. He's got that's 7,600.
That's the sign of a good McDonald's, though. Like if you go to McDonald's and you can't even eat the fries, they're so hot when you get them right away, like they burn your fingertips. Like that's just a good McDonald's. Honestly,
yeah, you're absolutely right. Like, would it would be worse if it was a cold nugget that hit her?
Right.
Leg?
If I'm not getting burns, I'd rather get burns than not get burns.
Right, because she did open it right away and it fell out. Like, you are supposed to like open the Happy Meal and like let it cool for a second. Like, you're not supposed to just throw it right on your thigh, right? Like, so
Right. Yeah. And she fumbled it.
She fumbled it, and also
she's a child.
Yeah, I mean, she's an idiot. She's Rutowski.
All children are.
She was a Polish girl. No.
Dropped one of her 4 McNuggets.
Hey, I only have 2 McNuggets after she drops one.
Dropped one of the 4.
I only have 2 left. Go ahead, Will. You had something.
No, I'm just happy for her because like now she can. This girl, hopefully, you know, they like she gets to use this money and benefit when she's older, and then she can just point to the scar all the time, and like people will be like, "What the fuck is that?" She's like, "Wow,
you're the McDonald's girl." What if she got like a double? What if she got a golden arch with one part of the scars and one part of the arch, and she did like a golden arch?
Definitely do. She got a tattoo around it.
Yeah, definitely do a scar tattoo.
I was at Sturgis one time, and this guy had a tattoo of a brown recluse surrounding, like biting into where he had actually gotten bit by a brown recluse, and it was awesome.
There you go. Same vibes. Like get McDonald's back, but taking the power back after you ran them for 800 grand. And I will say this: we do know from history that if you want to get burned at any chain restaurant, it's McDonald's. Because you remember that old grandma that burnt coffee on herself and got millions of dollars.
Yeah.
That's where you want to burn
pockets. McDonald's. They've sold a lot of burgers.
Might have to edit this part out because if any of us burns ourselves at McDonald's, we're not going to get a dime now after this segment.
I don't know. It depends on how bad the burn is.
Like you did it on purpose.
I'm looking at the pictures.
McDonald's
of the burn.
fry is a
It's
great.
Not that bad, right, Wes?
Also.
No, well, I can't. The ones that I'm looking at are blurred, and the blurred part is very dark red, so it looks pretty bad.
A second.
No, Wes, I've seen it, but that was they took a fresh picture. That was that was for the lawsuit. You know what I'm saying?
Smart.
Yeah.
That's
by now
it's got her 800 grand.
Right. Exactly. By now it's scarred over. She could get Fry Lock from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. McDonald's fries is just a classic image too. Great tattoo by itself. Yeah.
Live commenter Jared says, back in middle school, we used to burn each other with hot fries. What a gag.
That's so good. I used to have pencil wars with our buddy Colin, and not like you'd fight your pencils. Like we would just take pencils and stab them into each other's arms as hard as we could, and whoever gave up first was a pussy.
The other fucked up game we used to play, a lot of us played, was you spin a nickel or quarter, and whoever like fucks it up and it falls, the other person takes it and slides it into their knuckles. So you put your knuckles down, and you end up just shooting each other in the bloody knuckle. And like after like six games, the coin's like sticking in your knuckles and you're squirting out blood.
Classic games.
Classic. All right. Classic. Speaking of classic, one person won the $1 billion ticket in California, of course, on Wednesday from the Powerball. What the fuck, man?
Did we find out? Is it a rich guy again? Was it a rich neighbor? I saw it was downtown LA. So
in related news, there is no God. Another Californian, huh?
How did the first guy was like almost certainly a billionaire, right? Because of where he bought the ticket. And then now this one, another one in LA, downtown LA, it's like, it's starting to make you, if someday we all found out that the lottery was going to super rich people on purpose, that's riot worthy. That is unforgivable.
That'll make me lose my mind. Yeah.
You know what video I saw on the, I've gone down such a bad rabbit hole. Like I like watch like the slots that I will play on Bovada. I'll watch other people that have played them and hit big. And one guy posted a video.
How do you watch them on YouTube or where
YouTube? Yeah, YouTube. Yeah. And one guy posted a video. You can get on there and play for free, right? And it's like to get your fix,
fake
whatever.
Money. Yeah,
fake money. And one guy hit a jackpot while in the fake mode, and it reset that particular jackpot. So now I believe that Bovada just has thousands of computers playing on fake mode, winning the big jackpots to reset them, so nobody
stealing your jackpots.
Yeah, stealing my jackpot.
Yeah, no, that's for sure.
Yeah. So I'm on to you, Bovada.
That's
Still gonna
for
play,
sure.
but I'm on to you.
Yeah, I'm still definitely gonna play.
We're gonna lose a lot of money when I'm on to you.
I'm on to you. All right, quick fact check of myself
Lottery
before we head into the top story of the day. I don't see Jackson, so I'm not sure if there will be any other fact checks, but feel free to hop in, Jackson or Eric, if there are other fact checks. Earlier in the week, I reported that Texas Governor Greg Abbott ordered Border Patrol to not give waters to migrants at the border. That's incorrect. He cannot do that because those are federal employees that report to Joe Biden. I misspoke. I meant to say state troopers or whoever Greg Abbott's in charge of. He did order people that he has control of to not give waters to migrants, but we have some listeners in the Border Patrol that pointed it out, and we hope you're safe down there. We know it's not an easy job. We know that the border is a hard thing going on.
I have to get cut on that razor wire down there,
so
fellas.
everyone stay safe.
And
Hopefully,
ladies,
also
we
be
have a
compassionate
Border
too down there, and stay safe. Most importantly, stay hydrated. Our Border Patrol listeners down there, fuck Greg Abbott. Sorry. Yeah, so that's the fact check.
You guys have to live with them in Texas, so
Yeah. And that takes us to
The cream of the crop!
the crop. Okay. I have to load this video actually. So
okay.
we've talked about this guy a lot this week, and like him. Right? One of our favorite current politicians to talk about, RFK testified before Congress in a hearing about online censorship to tell Congress that they need to get involved and stop, censoring people online.
Right.
A First Amendment type thing. Yeah.
RFK had been censored a lot, like during the pandemic, right, for his vaccine stuff, right?
Yes.
And so that's why they brought him in, because he's a current presidential candidate who had been censored a bunch during the pandemic.
Invited to speak there. Yes, he was invited as an expert.
Okay.
And as a yeah, exactly. So I got to say, I've been giving the guy a hard time, hand up, but this speech to Congress that he gave on Thursday was excellent. Wes will now reenact that full 10-minute speech. Go ahead, Wes.
Now you got to go to patreon.com/hardfactor for that.
Yeah.
But I did clip his 10-minute speech down into about 4 minutes. The other 6 minutes are also very good. He makes extremely good points, and here's half of it.
Solid message, what he says.
Yeah.
And address one of the.
Yeah, let me start it because he says something important here.
I want to put aside my written statement for a moment and address one of the points that was brought up. I think an important point by the ranking member, that this body ought to be concerning itself with with issues that impact directly the American people. The rising price of groceries, 76% over the past 2 years for basic food stuff. The war in Ukraine, the inflation issues, the border issues, many, many other issues that concern us all as a nation. We can't do that without the First Amendment, without debate. When I gave my speech, my announcement speech in Boston 2 months ago, YouTube, I talked about all those issues. I focused on grocery. I focused on the fact that working class people can no longer afford to live in this country. I talked about inflation, all the issues that deeply concern you, and that you've devoted your career to alleviating those issues. 5 minutes into my speech, when I was talking about Paul Revere, YouTube deplatformed me.
Wow, been there, buddy.
I didn't talk about vaccines in that speech. I didn't talk about anything that was a verboten subject. I just was talking about my campaign and things, the conversation that we ought to be having with each other as Americans. But I was shut down. And that is why the First Amendment's important. Debate, congenial, respectful debate is the fertilizer, it's the water, it's the sunlight for our democracy. We need to be talking to each other. Now, this is a letter that many of you signed, many of my fellow Democrats. I've spent my life in this party. I've devoted my life to the values of this party. There's 102 people signed this. This itself is evidence of the problem that this hearing was convened to address. This is an attempt to censor a censorship hearing.
It's 100 people that told him to not talk at the censorship.
The charges in this, and by the way, censorship is antithetical to our party. It was appalling to my father, to my uncle, to FDR, to Harry Truman, to Thomas Jefferson, as the chairman referred to. It is the basis for democracy. It sets us apart from all of the previous forms of government. We need to be able to talk, and the First Amendment was not written for easy speech. It was written for the speech that nobody likes you for. My uncle, Edward Kennedy, has more legislation with his name on it
Sex with more whores
than any senator in United States history. Why is that? Because he was able to reach across the aisle, because he didn't deal in insults, because he didn't try to censor people. He brought home people who were antithetical to what he believed in. He came home almost every weekend with people like Orrin Hatch to our house at the compound in Hyannisport. At that time, Orrin Hatch to me was like Darth Vader, because I was an environmentalist. And I was saying, why is Teddy
Now I
bringing
sound
this
like
guy
Darth
home?
Vader.
But he knew he was effective because he understood that comedy and respect and kindness and compassion and empathy for other people is the only way to restore the function in this chamber. But more importantly, today we need to give an example in the leadership of our country of being respectful to each other. If you think I said something that's anti-Semitic, let's talk about the details. I'm telling you all the things that I'm accused of right now by you. And in this letter are distortions, they're misrepresentations. I didn't say those things. In fact, COVID-19, it did exactly what the Jews wanted it to do.
Oh my God! God damn it!
He ended it like that.
Fumbled it at the end.
He is on a roll.
He fumbled
Dude,
it
he
at
was
the end.
killing it till the last part.
No, that was obviously a joke. Wes said that on the end of the Hive Hour on Patreon.com, and I clipped that in there.
I'm getting a lot of
No, it was a good speech.
Yeah. I mean, it was a great speech. I think that like people, regardless of which party you're in, what he said should at least make you think about how you're looking at politics these days, right? Because like it is too insanely divided, and people have to find some middle ground. You can't do that without uncensored debate. So
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I would like to do a freedom funnel for
Yeah.
RFK Jr.
You do it well.
I was going to do a freedom
Yeah, the part that was
Oh, RFK's joined us.
Yeah,
Well,
what is that, a freedom funnel, or what are you doing there?
It's a freedom funnel, RFK. I really just respected your speech, and I want you to come on the podcast.
Thank you.
Give us your side of the story. Maybe teach us how to get in shape. You know.
I'd love to come on one time and talk to you gentlemen about the Jews and look at them go. Look at that fatty go.
Oh,
Man.
okay.
I need to get in better shape.
Okay.
You made me laugh.
RFK, it's respectful. You said respectful today.
The beer started coming up my nose. Wes's RFK is too good. You can't freedom funnel during it.
Will's beat red.
Yeah, well, you almost choked to death.
Awesome.
Down the wrong pipe. But yeah,
When you're trying to choke down the laughs and the freedom funnel at the same time, it's difficult.
his message was correct. The two people behind him that I cut out were like lifelong best friends that were on complete opposite ends of the spectrum politically, but they were at each other's weddings. They go to each other's kids' games. They're like best friends, even though they don't agree on basically anything politically. And yeah, I mean, the Jew hating son of a bitch, I guess he's starting to grow on me. His slogan could be Cheryl Hines fucks me. I can't be that bad a guy.
Exactly.
Right. He needs to highlight that more. Why does he have
really
her
need to see that
with
more.
him everywhere?
Yeah.
Right. Like,
Right. Why isn't she around?
She should be around all the time.
Where is
she?
she?
Should be, She should be reading his statements that he writes down.
Yeah,
He needs to turn Cheryl Hines into Fetterman's wife. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like act like he can't think for himself and just have Cheryl do everything.
She needs to be around a lot more. Also, he definitely opened the door for us to continue to do impersonations because he said freedom of speech and comedy. He mentioned comedy like 3 times in the speech being important. So I think he just gave us the green light to imitate him, respectfully, of course.
Absolutely. Hey, Wes, real quick in his voice, can you say, "Hey, RFK, would you come on the show?"
Hey, RFK, would you come on the show for us one time?
Yeah.
Thank you.
There you go. And look, I don't want to harp on it too much, but again, hard factor, we're right about 80% of the time. That guy's certainly not right all the time, right? Like he might say things like 86-year-old Hank Aaron died from the vaccine, and COVID's an ethnic
He put that
bioweapon.
one on the vaccine.
Yeah, he did. He did. And COVID's an ethnic bioweapon. But look, he also says a lot of good things, and we're not perfect. Like we say things like dogs.
He's like us. He fires
dogs
first.
should be able to fuck humans, right? Or
Right.
all the whales
Yeah.
should be slaughtered. Or
He makes a lot of mistakes.
Cyberbullying
with
is
his
not
words.
bullying. If you want to check out the Hive Hour this week,
Oh, hey, now you guys convinced me. You guys convinced me that it's a real thing, but
yeah.
you guys, it's an important
But
conversation.
why will? Because we had the conversation. We talked
Yeah, uncensored.
as he says you should do it, as you should do in life. Congress, everyone, both sides of the aisle. You should be friendly with people, make friends with people that don't have the same, maybe, beliefs as you or in every single thing. But
No,
anyway,
for real, that's what
Right.
this show's about. We're all
Yep.
we're all friends growing up and everything, but
the whole
none of
point
us
of-
like think the same way about everything. And
his message was basically the motto of our show, like that whole speech. Yeah. So,
everybody should be able to have their opinion, and you all should be able to laugh about it. At the end of the day.
anyways, I'm wearing bird dogs again, per usual.
The best.
The same ones fucking PFT's always wearing, so it's hard for me to wear them because he wears them all the time. He wore them today when he chugged the beer because Snyder's gone officially. I was like, oh, I'm wearing those too, but doesn't
Such
matter
great
now.
news,
Doesn't.
right?
Anyways,
That's great.
you can
news.
look like me in PFT if you go to birddogs.com/hnews, and you can get a free tumbler as well, and you can support the boys. So please go to birddogs.com/hnews and get the best, most comfortable shorts and pants in the biz.
Do it.
That's right.
Do it.
There's
All
a
right,
great lyric from one of my favorite band, The Strokes. It says, "We're not enemies, we just disagree."
That's a fantastic. The Strokes are a great band.
Yeah.
Are they touring still? Are they still making music?
I think what's his name, the lead
they
singer,
died. They
went,
OD'd,
he went
right?
on his own, and then they got into drugs, and
Great band though.
and probably
the
all
lead
of
That's
singer
a
of the Strokes?
fantastic line.
what's his name? God, no, I can't think of it.
He definitely went off on his own. Julian.
Yeah, Julian
Julian
Casablancas.
he definitely went off on his own.
He did, and he
So,
did some weird shit. It's not as good as
Well, he
the
wrote that line before he left
Someday,
the
good
Strokes, so
stuff.
that's fantastic. That's fantastic. All right, let's move on, fellas, to some very important news. It's a great fucking day as we tape this podcast. As Mark just mentioned, not only did Dan Snyder officially finally sell the Commanders to, I guess, the Sixers owner. I don't care. It's not Dan Snyder. It's a weight off. It's a way. If you're a commies fan, you get me. It's a weight off. A U.S. developer also made an injectable blood pressure medicine called Zilbestrin, and that can help half of Americans and 1 out of 3 British people be a little bit healthier, a little easier. It's every 6-month injectable. So that's amazing news as well. That could affect tons of people. And that's not all the scientists have been up to. Some scientists are claiming that nuclear testing in the 50s set off a new geological epoch. I don't know what that means, but it's called the Anthropocene. And it's like the era when humans made a worldwide permanent mark in the Earth's mantle with plutonium. So you can, around the 50s when they did all the nuclear testing, you can now go around the world. You see that plutonium everywhere. So they're saying it's maybe a new geological epoch. Yeah, that's what they say.
Like, is the Ice Age an epoch?
No, I think it's different, Wes. I think it's
Okay.
like epochs are different than like ages. I have
Eras,
no idea
yeah,
how history
whatever,
works.
ages, yeah, right.
Epoch is
Yeah.
a period of time in history or a person's life, typically one marked by a notable event. So maybe the Ice Age.
There you go. That's maybe so. But anyways, they're saying that this Anthropocene thing with it's interesting because Oppenheimer's in theaters, right? Like,
Yeah.
are we living in a totally different Earth because we started terraforming it with atomic bombs in the 50s?
Right.
Something to think about.
And fracking maybe is the same thing.
Yeah, more terraforming, right? Like,
Yeah.
so a lot of like people are calling this bullshit, environmentalist bullshit, and then a lot of people are saying no, this is real. So Oppenheimer being in the theaters kind of brings it to the surface, right? I guess.
You coming around on that yet, Will? You gonna go? You gonna go see it? You're getting. The fever. You're getting the fever a little bit, aren't you? You're getting the fever a bit. Be honest.
It interests me.
Yeah,
more than Barbie. I'll say that. But that's all the scientists have been up to. Other scientists have been hard at work on potentially the biggest man-made natural phenomenon to date. And I'm talking about much bigger than, the first terraforming of the globe with atomic weapons. I'm talking about cocaine sharks.
Whoa.
Sharks on cocaine.
We're training them. We're getting them hooked.
We are. Turns out we've been doing it forever. We didn't even know it. And this may just be a clever promo for the 2023 camp horror film Cocaine Shark. That's horrible if you watch the trailer on YouTube, but it's not that. Or it could just be, some hype for Shark Week, which is about to happen. But I don't care because about 15,000 pounds of cocaine is seized in the Caribbean Sea, per month by the U.S. government. And therefore, Tom Hurd and environmental scientist Tracy Fanara, and you guys can see there, she looks like she knows what she's doing.
I agree. She looks very nice. She seems like a nice person.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. She's affable.
Yeah.
She's got, look how she holds the equipment.
What does she want me to do?
Well, she wants you to know, Mark, that basically
Wes is looking at Wes has got the glasses down. He's taking a better peek. Let me see her in a different tint here.
Yeah.
I almost brought more pictures of Tracy, but I didn't, because this is about the sharks, guys. What we're talking about is about the sharks. And she wants you to know that with all that coke sitting out there in the Caribbean, the sharks are coked up around Florida. They took a look around the Florida Keys and they observed different sharks. And what they found was that all the sharks in that area are either yacked up currently or they're trying to get coked up pretty much all the time.
Right.
Once they
get it, they're going to want it again, right? Like now they're looking for it.
Yeah, and the tests they did were actually pretty impressive. The first thing they saw was hammerheads and sandbar sharks going insane and acting erratically around a random shipwreck that was like 60 feet below the surface. So they're like,
I'm surprised they're not
sharks
causing shipwrecks to get there.
Right.
Yeah.
Are they coked up? Well, listen to this next part, Mark. Then they drop fake cocaine bales next to fake seals. So they go cocaine bale, fake cocaine, fake seal.
They went cocaine before seal
every time. Cocaine every time before seal. And some of the sharks even ran off
for cocaine. Yeah. That is the best advertisement for cocaine possible.
Yeah, dude. And some of these sharks even ran off with the fake cocaine bale. They just grabbed the shit and just like left. Like they didn't.
Like an addict.
Starting a new life. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, they're coke addicts.
Yeah, they abandoned their pups.
Yeah. Oh, they're in a little shark motel.
We traffic so much cocaine through Florida that the sharks have become cocaine addicts.
That's amazing.
So the first thing they saw was the sharks acting weird around the wreck, which they suspected maybe had cocaine in it. And then the second thing they did was the fake bales versus the seals. And then they did a simulated cartel drop where they dropped like a fake bale of cocaine, like over open water, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what they found was that it drew all kinds of sharks, like including massive tiger sharks trying to get
find a new species of
sharks. Like chumming the water.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly. They said
fight each other over it.
Yeah, they said that it was similar. Like they put like a really like juiced up bag of fish down there to try to like the most pungent shit that they could get. Like that would be the most like enticing thing for a shark to eat. And they said that the reaction to the fake yayo was very similar to like the reaction to the best thing they could possibly eat. So it basically they think that sharks in the Florida Keys love cocaine.
That's amazing. Damn. They definitely do. And I bet that makes total sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Makes tons of sense actually. Yeah. Right. So
Are they like
Because
attacking
orcas-
Guidos down there?
Yeah, they're like
Yeah, you
they're
don't
looking
want
for
your coke
surfers with
dealer.
chains. Old chain.
Right?
Don't know. He's probably doesn't have much in his system. No, get him.
He's got an AA tattoo. Don't get him.
He's got a chip on. Orcas and dolphins play with pufferfish to get high, but sharks go straight for the fucking cocaine. So, like, you know,
That's
the
a
difference
movie.
between
I
the
guess
two.
that probably is the premise for the movie. People smuggling cocaine and the shark gets, but that's like the movie is like drug smugglers trying to evade, like, you know, the authorities, like border, like the Coast Guard, but instead the sharks become the real problem.
Does it make him more aggressive?
Yeah.
Did they say that? Does it
course
make
it
him?
does.
They did, Wes.
Of course it does.
So the hammerhead they observed, typically hammerheads are pretty like docile, they say, and they suspected it was like jacked up because it swam straight at them, and it was around this shipwreck where another like sandbar shark was just swimming in circles, like going nuts, and like yeah.
Damn.
Wow.
That's not good.
Yeah, sharks are getting yacked up.
I mean, that's our doing though, right? We're the ones bringing the coke and sprinkling it in the water every once in a while. So
It's a lot like the atomic bomb, except a lot cooler.
Colombians.
I'd say. Yeah.
it's also a lot like
it's
The
all
people
of us.
smuggling into the U.S.
Right.
that are doing this
I mean,
shit.
it's all of us,
yeah.
though.
It's also a lot. Yeah,
Right,
but we want to buy it. We want to buy it.
We're not
You know, we
smuggling
wanna buy
coke
it.
to
We
Colombia
wanna
through the
do it,
Caribbean.
but we want to do it. We don't want it to get confiscated by the authorities. We
They're
want to
bringing it.
We do so much coke that the Florida Keys sharks
Just
love
in our piss.
coke.
Yeah.
It's also a lot like AI. We created this like AI. Yeah. A lot of these problems are our own doing.
Dude, who knew we would have cocaine sharks in 2023? I like it. I mean, I know it's like it's a different epoch. It's the start of a new epoch. And also, if that wasn't enough ocean news for you before we go over to the Hive 5,
Oh, real quick.
Here
well,
is
the
a
Meg
video.
2's, the Meg 2's coming out too. So a lot of shark things.
Megalodon 2?
Yeah, the Meg 2's coming out in like a couple weeks.
Oh, by the way, yeah, speaking of the movies, if you do look up the cocaine shark, it's horrible. Don't watch it. Just gonna
Is it a sci-fi movie?
Oh, it's a camp horror film.
It's low budget, so the CGI is
Sci-Fi
not
Channel.
cool.
Yeah.
Watch the Meg, and if you like that, watch the Meg too.
Yeah, or watch this. Check out this video of the Doomsday Fish that divers recently spotted in Taiwan and
This
in
thing's cool
Japan.
looking.
They say that this is a horrible omen,
But it
like
looks so cool.
potentially,
Yeah.
the end of the world. But it does look cool, as Mark says. There it is.
Yeah, it's cool looking.
Silver. That guy touches the Doomsday Fish.
Yeah,
It
that's
blows my mind.
That guy's dead. Has anyone checked on that guy?
Yeah, he's dead.
That guy's dead.
Like 6 people. It's a weird looking silver fish coming up from the depths of the ocean called the Doomsday Fish.
Yeah,
They
don't
say that
touch
Guy
they,
just touches it.
they predict earthquakes, right? If you see a bunch of these, it means it's an earthquake is coming or something like that.
Yeah, because like the sea floor is being fucked up. So like
Right.
it's not a good. So the Japanese like really believe like this is fucked up when these things come up.
They know seafood.
They do.
I trust
They know everything about the sea.
They
They've
do.
been
I
around
trust
for
them when it
forever,
comes to
too, yeah.
fish.
Yeah, you're right.
Fucking right. That they should
And
be the fish
earthquakes.
that like you should defer to them on all things fish besides killing whales.
Yeah. All right.
Like another PlayStation's coming out soon. Here comes the fish.
What happens if you eat one of those things? Probably there's no way a Japanese person would probably rather
delicious,
jump off a
right?
building than eat a doomsday fish.
Yeah, no, not even like criminal Japanese people
Yeah.
have the balls to serve the Doomsday Fish.
Yeah, no,
It's just too bad luck. Yeah,
it is.
But
way
you could
too
probably
bad
eat
luck.
it in China. You think they eat it?
I'd rather stab myself with a sword, thank you, than eat
Yeah.
that doomsday fish. Yeah. All right. It's time.
It's time for the high five.
All right, high five. No reviews. So first, we're gonna do some polls. First poll: press dinner. Whose press dinner would you rather be at? Trump wins with 50% of the vote, followed by RFK, followed by Biden in a distant last.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, just be boring at Biden's press center, right?
It would
right,
be
out of
extremely
excitement.
boring. Yeah, extremely
I'm
boring.
surprised
Excitement.
RFK's one sample size is incredible. So I'm surprised.
Farting.
Yeah, farting, loud,
Well, yeah, but-
loud flatulence, and the controversial Jewish comments. I mean,
But you got to think, Mark, with Trump, you might get Dennis Rodman. You might get you might get all kinds of
I
like
think
different
Trump's would be entertaining too,
off the
but
cuff crazy celebrities.
I'm just saying, 1 for 1, RFK's 1 is pretty good.
Kanye at Trump's press. But yeah, I agree. RFK probably gets my vote.
I'd be egging the guy on to fart. I'd be like, "What? Stop ruining the climate!" And like just like trying to get him to get all riled
Hey,
up.
when are you gonna do it, man?
Yeah,
Because Trump's funny. Trump's funny, but he just like, I don't know.
feeding him
Would you-
beans.
Yeah.
You'd be listening to him all night.
Yeah.
It wasn't Trump talk all night.
Next one. Any interest in ball busting, which is where you get kicked in the nuts by one. There's some, people are interested. 7% said yes, 86 no, 7% maybe. So they're open to it.
That 7% maybe is a yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's 14% yes.
Yeah.
Ah.
Faroe Island. Would you go to the Faroe Islands while whale slaughter cruise? 49 yes, 51 no. So pretty split down the middle there.
Wow.
People who would want to watch the whales get slaughtered.
That's interesting.
Mhm.
50-50 on watching whale deaths.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it wouldn't bother me the deaths part, but like,
I don't know. On the
would
opposite,
you guys watch it?
I'm the opposite.
Let's
I
poll ourselves.
wouldn't feel
No.
the need to
No,
watch
yeah.
it.
I'm such a pussy when it comes to like, I want to eat my steak, but I don't want to see the slaughter. I don't want to see the chickens get their head chopped off. I want to eat the whale, but I don't want to see the slaughter.
So you guys wouldn't watch it. It's interesting
No,
because
I
I am
wouldn't watch
against it, but I would watch
Right,
it.
it's flipped.
I'm
Yeah.
a sick
would
fuck.
I would
Yeah.
watch it, but if someone was like, "Hey, you can
Rather
go
not.
out and watch the whales get slaughtered," I'd be like, "I'm just gonna go to my room."
Yeah, I'd rather just eat breakfast.
Right.
Yeah, rather than just I'll go watch
that-
the jazz.
Is that what all the hooting and
You
hollering
guys
is
have
about?
coffee shops around here?
Yeah. I'll get a
I did
big.
hear a lot. I did hear a lot of yelling. That makes sense.
Yeah, I don't need to see it. Last one. Which is the gayer hazing tactic by Northwestern's football team? The running or the car wash?
Car wash is the gayest. By far.
Car wash, 72%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty gay.
Car wash is
Oh.
extremely gay.
Well, for sure, especially because of the listener, our listener that played football at Northwestern, who told us in the Discord that the run, apparently the car wash was definitely worse.
The car wash is they're getting like their wieners, and you have to run through their wieners. Like, come on,
Getting your
Yeah.
wiener on your leg. Yeah.
They're slapping it on you.
Car wash is extremely
Car
gay.
wash was an unbelievable description.
Yeah.
A bunch of
you're-
dudes using their
You're the
dicks.
car.
Yes. It's car washing.
All
Their
right,
dicks in
you're
the brush.
yeah, the dicks. I think another car's here.
You think that some of them were peeing? I imagine them peeing like the whole time. Like,
Oh, they're doing
just
all
like,
sorts of shit.
Smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
Like a real car wash attendant.
Yeah.
All
They
right.
wax you down afterwards.
You got the
Yeah.
Supreme.
Yeah. All right, now back it up.
Ultra. You got the Ultra.
So gotta get his beer better.
They put him
All right.
on a rolling chair, like he's got
Oh.
his wheels. In
It's like a car.
Yeah. Just excruciatingly slow. That's awesome. All right. Just 5 voicemails today. Here we go.
Bathtub Jim here, just calling in to, ask other members of the Hive to, get in with the Patreon so you can hear other great content like Wes mentioned today, or was it yesterday, about going over to his Brazilian neighbor's house, sweating profusely, then accidentally picking a scab and having his Brazilian neighbor's dog lick up his blood coming off of his leg. But
That's
my
an
question
amazing
to the
story.
boys are, like, have you guys ever been in a George Costanza / Larry David Seinfeld moment? And what are your best coincidental happening of moments? Or, have you ever been in a situation like that where you're, like, waiting for the Seinfeld baseline to happen? Other than that, have a great fucking night and day, and go Bills. Cheers, boys.
Okay.
Cheers, Jim.
So
Man.
patreon.com/hard factor if you want to get, we drill it in your head only because it's the best value in podcasting, quite frankly.
It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, unbeatable. So, anybody have a Seinfeld situation that I kind of like always.
I'm sure
wondered
we
what
all
it
have
would.
several. I don't know how good our memories are.
Speaking of the Costanza situation, I always wondered what it would be like to have an ex go lesbian, but I haven't had it happen, unfortunately, so I can't tell you. But I feel like the even Steven situation happens to me a lot. Like I'll go through phases where, from Kramer or Jerry was even Steven for a while. Remember?
Yeah.
Everything evened out.
Yep.
You get like one shitty thing to happen and then one good thing and then one. I feel like I go through phases of being even Steven sometimes.
That makes sense. I think like if we're talking about one horrific event, like I was thinking of like George Costanza with his shirt off shitting type thing, and he walks out in front of everyone because Wes is like
cold.
bloody leg. I had like one of if not the first time I went to stay at my in-laws' house, in like the bathroom I over flooded it and like there was like shit water on the ground and like people were like coming in to use it soon, so I was like gotta take a shower, but I also had to like clean up a bunch of like shit water on the ground with not a lot of like supplies. Then it was not my house and I didn't know what to do.
Oh dude, one time I jacked off in the shower at this was a mistake. It was at a house party, and immediately when I walk out of the door, I was a young kid full of jam, needed to get it out.
I had to get the jam out.
And I thought I was fast. And immediately when I walked through the door, some chick at this party is like, "Did you jack off?"
She saw you. Oh, she knew you were jacking off because you took long.
I have no idea.
Oh man, she might have walked in.
She came in and pissed.
She might have walked in and like saw you because you were too into it, noticed her, and she like waited.
Dude, she totally burned me. I came out. I was like, well, no.
Did you jerk off in there? You want me to?
Louisiana Tech, great college, fun time.
I'm trying to think other than one that just happened. I think. I was the bathroom thing reminded me of this one. So I was working on Capitol Hill, and there was this really hot chick in my office who I had a crush on. Had absolutely zero chance of getting anywhere near this girl, but she invited me to a party. And so I went, and I had eaten something very terrible. There was an Indian buffet that I regularly ate at that was like within walking distance of the office. Ooh. And then I went to the party, and I had to shit, and I shit in a very, very open like hallway toilet where everyone was gathered around, and it was just awful. And when I opened the door, people were like calling me out for how bad the shit was, and I basically had to leave the party.
Did you eat Indian food?
Yeah, that's worse than the jacking off, honestly.
It was really bad, man.
You cleared out the house, but
I pretty much did, like, and I had no business being there anyway. There's like all like good looking people, and then I come in and just shit. It was terrible.
That's amazing though.
Yeah, it was bad.
All right, I'll leave.
Never had a shot. All right, next voice.
I didn't score with the girl who asked me that either.
Hey, Hard Factor. Love the show. Wanted to leave a 5-star review. As a man with an extremely small penis, the days are long and the nights are even longer, and your show really helps me get through it all.
We can relate.
Discovering your show, my penis hasn't gotten any better, but I no longer think about jumping in front of the train that runs through town. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for keeping me out of the news. If I had to rank you guys, I would put myself dead last for having such a minuscule penis, and then everyone else is tied for number one. Thanks again, and have a great fucking weekend.
Yeah. So quite the thank you.
He's hard on himself.
He was hard.
Gorilla dick.
Yeah.
Guy over there.
I'll go too.
But hey,
take it easy.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
Yeah, you'll be okay.
Dude, having a small dick. Remember, always remember the story Mark told about Virginia Tech and the guy with the tiny penis.
It was when I went to the 20-year reunion. My friends pulled me aside and they were like, "We listened to the podcast, and when you brought up we called them vibrates. I didn't know that they called them that. When you brought up vibrates, we lost it." That was his nickname with all the girls.
He had a tiny penis, but he vibrated it.
He just right on the click, right on the click. Shit, like 5 orgasms every time. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. next voice.
Hey guys, it's Xavier. This is just easier than doing the online thing for real. So, I decided that in January, when my 28 guest passes renew, I'm willing to give you guys 2 passes each, which is enough for a round trip ticket anywhere you want that my airline flies, which is the Caribbean, basically Mexico, the continental U.S. Apparently next year we might start flying to Hawaii though, so there is that, and maybe London. So yeah, I'll get back to you guys about that in January. But there was a point to this call that now I'm forgetting.
Well, thank you for that.
Oh yes, please cut that part out. So the other day, I was on a flight to LaGuardia from Dallas, and we boarded. We were ready to go and everything. When all of a sudden, we were canceled after we had everyone boarded. And of course, you know, my airline is infamous for cancellations and delays, even though I personally have no issue with them. And customers were mad. They were complaining to me in Spanish, which of course I understood. But have you guys ever been on a flight after boarding that was canceled for something stupid? Like, for instance, the LaGuardia flight was canceled because I guess there's a curfew at LaGuardia Airport. If you land after 11 p.m., they just cancel your flight. So anything stupid like that has nothing to do with incompetence, flight attendants or whatnot. All right. Thank you and have a great fucking day.
Yes. Yeah, the hours rule oftentimes will make stupid situations, right? Because there's like somebody, I think I've been in like on flights that got canceled because the crew couldn't get on because like we would have gone over their hour limit by like 15 minutes if we landed, and then they have to call in like a brand new crew, even though like obviously efficiency would say just go ahead and do it and like pay them a
I have a
shitload
feeling that when it's that close, it's up to that crew or like the pilot, because like they could fudge the numbers and like wouldn't get in trouble with the FAA. But I think like if it's borderline, they're like, we're going home. Like it's up to that captain. He could have pushed through probably in that scenario.
Yeah, but he's always going home.
Right.
Yeah. He's always going back to the hotel.
Looks like if we got slow winds, we might be 3 minutes over.
Right.
Fuck it.
Like I'm staying in Key West another night, sweetheart.
I think I've only had one flight canceled in my life, and it was at a really bad time. My mom was going through a health issue that luckily worked out eventually, but at the time it was not looking great. And my wife and I had to emergency fly home, and they canceled my flight for a mechanical issue, and I about lost my mind and had to go to the other terminal and get on the last like late night flight home, and it was not a good scene. But I think that's the only flight I've ever been on that's been canceled.
Oh, I've been on so many flights that have been delayed for just like, I mean, you sit there on the thing I hate is when they make you don't leave the plane. Like, did you guys see the Florida plane where like 10 people passed out this week because they didn't let them off the plane?
And it was the AC broke.
Oh no, it was Las Vegas. You're right.
Yeah. And the AC broke, so they were like, some people soiled themselves. They said,
right, like that shit bothers me.
That's still really hot.
No, because they kept telling them if you were like, they kept threatening them like they can't move to the gate if anyone's in the bathroom. So like at some point it's like a bullying system. Like I've been on the gateway before where they get into, and if someone goes to the bathroom, they just don't move. So it's like, get the fuck out of the bathroom, and people were fainting, so they're probably like, I'll hold it, and they couldn't hold it, and they just pissed themselves.
Jesus.
As opposed to getting in line to the bathroom and holding them up, even though they weren't going anywhere anyways. They didn't want to be the person that held it.
Yeah, that's the stupidest rule. When they make you stay in your seats with your seatbelt fastened so they can do a fucking engine thing for 5 hours. That's the dumbest fucking rule of all flying. And no skip lagging. That's also a dumb rule. That should be legal.
Skip lag away. Yeah, Savio, you didn't mention anything about skip lagging there. I think we asked.
Well, it's against his industry, so I mean,
but we will take the tickets.
Yeah, thank you so much. I mean, wow.
Ooh.
I'll believe it when I see it.
He's here live. So it is up to the crew, he said.
He is.
This is
so they just wanted to get hammered.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, don't blame him.
Thank you, Javier.
Xavier.
I'm never gonna get that, you know. Never gonna get it. One more.
Hey boys, Tony from PA. So Pat, absolutely loved the tie-dye shirt you had on last Friday. It was a very fun shirt. But I've been a huge watermelon kick recently. Got one a couple weeks ago and have been buying a lot of them because it's very good. But what's your guys' favorite fruit to eat during the summer to get you through all of these hot days? Have a great fucking weekend, boys. Love ya.
To get through the hot days.
I picked before the show.
Yeah, interesting.
The watermelon.
Hearing the question, I probably would pick differently. I would pick blackberry as my favorite summertime fruit, but to get through the hot days, pineapple,
peaches, for sure for me. If I have ripe peaches in my house, I'll eat 5 of them a day.
Yeah, peaches are so good. You get the
They're
juice
dangerous.
dripping down your face. You don't even care. Just
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
so good.
Yeah, peaches are
Producer Eric pointed out before the show when we gave him our picks that we fucked up because mango is obviously one of the top summer fruits.
Mango is my favorite all-time fruit, but summer fruit is peaches.
Mango is my favorite fruit flavor in drinks, cocktails, like a frozen margarita flavor, but not a full fruit. Sorry, not as just a fruit. Not my number one.
I thought I was gonna be cool the other day, and I went to HEB, which is an incredible grocery store down here, and I bought a papaya. I'd never bought a whole papaya before in my life, so I went on the internet, on YouTube. I saw like how do you cut a papaya and blah blah
Probably
blah.
difficult.
It was easy. It was real easy, but I didn't know that papayas smell like fucking vomit when you cut into them. Like literally.
What's the other one? What's the other one?
That's durian.
Yeah,
durian is what you're thinking. That smells like death. But the papayas are disgusting if you don't like.
Really?
And I like it smelled bad. The fruit itself wasn't very good. Maybe I got it one that was overripe, but holy shit, it was gross. I didn't even eat. I ate like one piece of it, and I spent like.
You know what I had recently from HEB? Dragon fruit. Have you guys ever had dragon?
I have one that's ripening right now.
Really, really good. And you know what it does? Okay, so don't be needing to go to your wedding job within 8 hours because it's like the what's that, the shower? It's got all these seeds in it. Yeah, it's got like 1 million of those seeds, like the poppy seeds, the viral thing on TikTok where people were doing like lemon water and those like sesame.
It's like a pomegranate.
Yeah, it is, and it has like 1 billion. It's really sweet. It's delicious, but it makes you shit like a motherfucker. Like it's yeah. So be home.
Mine's almost right.
You know what else can make you shit crazy is pumpkin seeds. Eat a few of those. A couple handfuls of pumpkin seeds.
Chia seeds. What you're talking about, Mark?
Chia seeds. It's like like that chia shower was that viral thing. It's got the same deal as the chia seeds thing. Yeah. Pumpkin and like apple cider.
Oh, apple cider will knock it out. Yeah.
Did Wes freeze?
Yeah, I think so. Because he's
about
to say
Wes
something.
has got kissy face.
Oh no. Where'd he go?
Wes kissy face.
Well, Wes.
We can bring up our poll in the interim.
Eric, what do you got for us here? Let's see.
Here's
let's see the poll results for the fruit
from the Hive.
You
Watermelon,
knew
51%.
Watermelon was going to win it.
Yeah. Yeah, damn. Dude, other didn't even get much love. They're like, you guys came up with some good choices.
Watermelon is the classic all-time #1 summertime fruit. Yeah, for sure.
Hey, Wes, how about you leave the thing and rejoin?
Fuck, marry, kill. Oh wait, put that up again, Eric. Let's do that one. Fuck, marry, kill. Macho Man, Hulk Hogan, and who?
The Ultimate
Warrior. Wow. Okay, that's a great. Okay. Woo. You got it. I think I do too.
I think it's an easy answer. You marry the Macho Man, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. We're both marrying the Macho Man. Don't worry, everybody.
I think you fuck the Ultimate Warrior with that intensity, and then you kill Hulk Hogan.
Right, because you don't want to kill the Ultimate Warrior twice. So I have the same exact.
He's coming in the ropes. Outcome. Yeah, I mean, come on, it's an easy one.
Yeah. I mean, he's electric, right? And so there's going to be a lot of energy.
Picks you up over his head. The press. But you got to marry the Macho Man. He's just a fun time. What do you want to do today? Let's do another question because there's a bunch of them.
Nice. Yeah. Let's just pop questions up now.
While Wes gets back.
There you go, Gavin.
If you could fact check one rumor, what would it be? Rumor. I want to know if Alanis Morissette sucked the whole football team's dicks off and had to get her stomach pumped.
That'd be a good one to know.
I want to know if Alanis Morissette really had to get her stomach pumped because of semen.
I mean, with all the Kennedy talk, it's got to be JFK for me.
Rumor, yes. Yeah, I was thinking like he made it seem like rumor as opposed to like really dark conspiracy theory. But yeah, of course, JFK would be nice to know. Yeah,
yeah. I think I would have to go with that.
I want to know if Marilyn Manson got his ribs removed and sucked its own dick.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
I think one.
Did he do it?
There's a lot of good ones. All right. Corey Webb asks, what sport would be the funniest to add a mandatory amount of alcohol to?
Something dangerous. NASCAR.
That'd be fucked up, but yeah, it'd be funny. I'd say lacrosse because like I was thinking hockey because like people like slide, maybe they would like fucking wipe out, but lacrosse, like I feel like your aim would be so shit, and you're running when you're drunk is not that easy. So football, I don't know if it would change much. Like contact sports seems like you just hit each other. Wes lost power, so we might not get him back, everybody. But we're gonna answer all these questions here.
Yeah, let's keep
Jim Sobrato asks, "Oh, Seinfeld Costanza." Yep, we got it. We got it.
Yep.
We got it. We got it. Thank you, Jim.
Yeah, send in live questions. This is the end of the show, so send in live questions. I know there's some starred that Will's bringing up, but if you have any, shoot them off now. Yeah,
shoot them in. YouTube.com/hardfactornews. Jared asks, how much does Will's wife hate the look? Ooh, I don't know. I'd have to ask her. I assume some. I assume at least a little.
It's probably growing on her though, because it doesn't. It seems normal now. Like when it first happened, it was like whoa, but now it's like I hardly notice.
I think it's like it's getting there. Yeah. We'll see what happens when everybody. By the way, you got to get us to 125K on Instagram, and then I will bleach the mustache. And we'll see what happens.
We crossed 109,000 today, so we're getting there.
Yeah, so her reaction to the bleach mustache may be a little bit different than the hair. James Smith asks, what's the weirdest thing you've done in public? Piss my pants all the time. My buddy Taylor and I used to just pee our pants in public for fun. And we would do it at the beach, and we would just go ahead and let it rip whenever you were in a bathing suit.
I've gotten arrested for being drunk in public, so I would say trying to break into the food hall at Virginia Tech when it was closed in public at 3 a.m. I don't know. Yeah, but
it's pretty good.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you back, Wes? How you doing?
Oh my god, the power just fucking went out, and
all your lights are out.
Yeah, I don't know.
You okay?
This house is great. Did you guys play my last voicemail?
No, this house.
Oh, it disappeared when your power went out.
This house is great.
Answered some questions. One more. We'll answer another question here while Wes gets his stuff for you back. Eric Donahue asks, I got a question for Wes. You talked about your famous clam dip on the Patreon show. Can you share how you make it? I would love to try it. And Wes, I'll do this for you while you get your stuff.
His recipe?
Ready? No, he put it in there. Clam dip recipe. Here we go. Clam dip. Great Gams. Great Gams recipe.
Great Gams.
I want to mess that up. Great Gams recipe. It's 1 10-ounce can, minced or chopped of clams. Drain and reserve the juice. 6 ounces of cream cheese softened. 2 tablespoons or teaspoons. Teaspoons of minced onion. Yeah, lowercase t. I'm bad at reading recipes. 1/4 teaspoon of hot pepper sauce, 1/8 of a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, 1/2 of a teaspoon of lemon juice, and 1 tablespoon of that clam juice that you reserve. Mixed all the ingredients. Add more clam juice if needed, but keep the consistency thick. That's important. Serve with potato chips. Delicious.
Ruffles is what I recommend. A sturdy chip. You need a sturdy chip.
You bringing that over?
I don't put the hot sauce.
You bringing that over tomorrow night, Wes? Or
I can. You want me to?
Maybe, yeah.
Real easy to make.
That looked pretty good.
That's delicious. I've had Wes's clam dip before.
I've had it before, but I mean,
yeah, you've had it before.
Wes, you always want to go to Wes's house for appetizers and salad because he makes the best.
Well, I'm making the Caesar tomorrow too. That's right. Caesar for Mark tomorrow.
We got the risotto short ribs.
Oh man, that sounds so good. I got one more voicemail. Here, you want it ready? Here we go.
Yeah.
Love ya.
Hey boys, Tony from PA here. Hey, once again, Pat, Really loved your tie-dye shirt. It was fire. Hey, I've been eating the hell out of summer squash lately. I'm a big summer vegetable guy, and I think that summer squash, the yellow squash, is probably my favorite, but I was just wondering if you guys had a favorite summer vegetable of your own that you could share. Maybe I'm missing something. Of course, there is corn. I do love corn also, but I can't put it above summer squash. So, just curious what your favorite go-to summer vegetable is. Thanks, and have a great fucking weekend.
Now we gotta do a vegetable.
The vegetable,
Yeah, vegetable.
Now
Summer
we gotta do
vegetable.
Jesus.
All right, Tony.
Wants to know your summer fruit and your summer vegetable.
I think I'd have to go corn. I know you didn't give it much credit there, but I'd say it's a top class summer vegetable.
Brussels sprouts.
I gotta go with Will and go corn.
Corn on the cob.
Corn
What
on
about
the cob.
street corn?
So
Yeah.
yeah, street corn. Yeah.
It's the top. It's the watermelon of vegetables.
It
really.
is, especially summertime too. Yeah.
Great questions, Tony. Thank you.
Man.
All right,
All right.
let's get a couple more of the live questions here. Jose says, if you could only eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be? Steak.
Cheese. Yeah. Maybe no. Can it be like a food item that has like a couple different ingredients?
One food.
One
food.
food.
Like a breakfast
It's not a
taco.
meal.
Okay,
it's not a
gotcha.
meal.
Okay.
It's
one
food.
piece of food.
Food.
Can you season it?
Sure, yeah. Whatever, you could cook it.
I'd probably say chicken then. Just you die off a steak in about 2 years.
Yeah, but
well, I have thick arteries, but
I would probably go steak as well, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, if you can only have one thing, give me a
Well,
break.
you guys are dead. I'm only living 30 more years off chicken.
Yeah.
Fresh tuna, freshly caught. Jim asks, ranch or blue cheese? Well, depends
Ranch.
on the wing. Depends on the wing. I mean,
Depends on
it's hard
nothing.
to say.
Ranch
Normal
on
hot
everything.
wings, blue cheese, 1,000%.
Ranch on any
Buffalo.
food item.
On Buffalo, blue cheese, but ranch in general, yes. He also asked drums or flats. Drums for me, for sure.
Ooh, I like them.
Yeah,
both, man.
drums.
I like a good flat though, because you can take it all. You can deconstruct it, and you just get a dip of just the meat. You know what I mean?
I started doing the flats thing where you just put the whole thing in your mouth and
Yeah.
do that.
You can just pull
get a
all
lot
the
of
meat off
meat,
a flat and then do it like that. I like that.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, that trick is great, but
they're both
drums.
great. That's not as easy as ranch or blue cheese. It's ranch and then either.
No, it depends. Again, depends on because you can't just say that the best flavor combination is going to be
Serial killers like blue cheese. Blue cheese is garbage.
You have to know what the wing is dipped in. Dooley says, he asked another question. He also says, when are we getting Big Fudge's boot camp? Soon. We need to get in shape. So hopefully RFK Jr. and Big Fudge can train us to get in shape. Russ Captain X says, which is worse, burning diarrhea or burning urine?
Whoa, obviously urine. Burning diarrhea is you just have diarrhea. Burning urine is you need to go get some penicillin.
Yeah, but then your asshole burns.
But there's nothing wrong with you. You just have diarrhea. Burning urine is there's an issue.
True.
There's a serious issue with burning urine. It's not like, oh, I have burning urine, it'll pass because I ate
your
something.
dick, yeah,
I
your
ate
dick hurts
something
more.
wrong.
Your dick hurts more than your butt.
Definitely more concerning. That's for sure. You're right.
Way more concerning.
You do a lot more stuff with that thing. Jim asks again, you guys played sports when you were younger. What's your number one personal highlight from sports?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, I tied the school record.
Wes, boom, for golf. That's Wes's for the Herndon Hornets.
High school, yeah.
Record holder.
Don't hold it anymore. It's been broken, but at the time I held it.
Well, at the time for several years.
Made the state ODP soccer team. I don't know. Olympic development. I don't know.
Boom, made the state. My favorite, my personal highlight was LSU rugby. We hadn't beaten Texas, University of Texas rugby in like several years. And the first time we beat them was when I was there. First time we beat them when I was there. We drove them into so in rugby, there's this thing called the scrum, where it's like all the big guys go against each other. It's like a offensive defensive line thing in football. And we drove them into their own end zone. And then we scored by just
That's
it was
embarrassing.
so emasculating on their own field.
Yeah.
Into their own end zone, and they had beaten us.
Did they crap their pants when they fell in? A couple
Oh, it was
pants?
embarrassing.
Yeah.
It was incredible because I was like on the front line pushing them in. It was just fantastic. Yeah, fun one. Adam Dunk says, "Can we get some more food recipes in the future?"
Oh, absolutely. I've got an email with all the favorites that my mom sent me. I usually do them in the
Discord, right?
Well, and then in the half pack with Wes, but which I need to do one soon before the next trivia. I'll have one of those.
Which we need to do trivia. We need to do trivia soon too. We need to do both.
Don't worry, we're getting the trivia out soon. Next weekly meeting, we'll figure it out. We're thinking about other. By the way, if you're a patron and you want it and you're waiting for the next trivia, yes, we're getting it ready. And if you have other ideas about what you might want to do for a meetup instead, let us know, because we're thinking about, just expand. Like, we always love the trivia. Mike Wade is the best, but we're going to maybe do different activities for some of these meetups. So just let us know if you got some other ideas. Big Fudge asks, if Wes became a porn star, which one of his flicks
would you watch his flick to completion? Would you watch it?
Oh, yeah, of course. I'd watch Wes's form.
I mean, you'd have to, right?
I'd support my friend.
Yeah.
I'd support my friend.
I'll watch someone.
I expect the same from you guys.
If I watch one of my
buddies, any of your porns,
like cell phone video of just his dick down, fucking that chick. I'll watch that.
We did that at Beach Week too. One of our buddies filmed himself getting a blowjob. We watched it back.
Yeah.
Look, you got to watch. You got to support your friends. Yeah. Okay.
Mainly because I wanted to see what his penis looked like. I'm so curious what everyone's penis looks like. I don't know.
Yeah,
why.
we know. You made that abundantly clear.
What's that first question he asked you?
Listen, I think
like,
it
opens
up.
Wes like a dog, but he smells your ass when he meets you.
I think it makes people closer if you know what their penis looks like.
You're probably right, Wes. You're probably right. Speaking of that, Gavin asks you, Wes, what would your first law be if you were a mayor of a town?
Everyone would have to show their penises. Now, of course, I'd be on purpose.
That would be the first law.
Pit bulls banned 1,000% would be the law. No doubt about it.
That makes sense. That tracks. Casey Dobbins is asking me, Will, thoughts on the lowlights, highlights after the Commanders sale today? Dan Snyder was nothing but lowlights. When was the lowest light, though? Probably like Jim Zorn era, because that was like, right before he brought Gibbs back? The only highlight was when he brought Gibbs back. And then the rest of the thing was absolute shit. Mama C asks, who's your famous male crush? You guys know mine, Johnny Depp, obviously.
I don't know if I have one.
It was Clooney for a while, but then he got old.
Brad Pitt.
Oh, come on, Mark. Think of a guy you want to fuck, Mark. Come on.
I mean, to be fair, I had the male crush on Johnny Depp when I was a kid. So
these days, Johnny Depp phase.
These days, I don't know. I don't have
Ryan Reynolds is up there too. Just saying.
He's pretty good. Yeah, lots of great males out there. Lots of great females out there too. We love everybody. And Wes, I didn't have any more questions. What else you got in the high five, bro?
No, that's it, man. I think we're gonna wrap it up. I like the. What do you guys think of the live questions? I like them.
I love it.
Yeah, it's fun.
I think it's fun. I think
bring
it's
it
fun.
back.
We'll get some more people in here.
Maybe we'll get some good questions next week.
Ryan Reynolds. See, Xavier. He's on the Ryan Reynolds tip. Yeah.
Current ones. I don't know.
Anyways.
Yeah, don't know.
Brad Pitt.
There you go, Brad Pitt. That's it. That's it for the week. If you want to join us next week for the High Five, bring some questions. We'll maybe do this again. And patreon.com/hardfactor to hear us way more loosey-goosey on the Hive Hour. Florida Man Friday, of course. Store.hardfactor.com. We got a new shirt coming out soon. We're going to get a professional design, which is going to be a banger. So stay tuned for that. But other than that, we love you.
Wheel.
And
bring up the wheel.
Oh, the fucking wheel. Yeah.
Wheel.
Okay. Here we go.
And take my
power outage. A power outage wiped Wes's wheel tab off. Yeah.
Dude.
Threw him off.
Oh, and that wasn't up, but now it is. Here we go. If I have the wheel up, it fucks with my internet. It's hilarious. I only do it.
Would you rather do the car wash or the run?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good boys at the shower.
Is Pat on Sunday or no? Are we? Is he gonna be?
I think so.
I think so. Right.
Yeah, but
yeah, he should be on from Chicago, right?
Yeah, I think so. No, but you can do the high five spin too, but after you can do it after. Yeah,
right.
It doesn't matter.
Hang on. Let me do it. Let me do the high five.
Oh right, yeah, because Mark gets one spin off on the coffee.
Okay,
Mercy rule.
I was coffee all week.
High
This
five
is the week of my coffee. Oh, the wheel knows I'm not going to be on the next spin, so
making it easy.
Yeah,
hit that remove button. Coffee.
There we go. I got it.
Will's got it.
It's so hilarious. Like now that my son he comes home from daycare now, and he loses his shit at the end of the show every single night. So
he knows. Yeah,
he's just outside my door screaming at me. I'll be going to put the baby backpack on very shortly.
Hell yeah!
Nice.
Take us
Okay,
out,
good.
Wes.
Casey loved the Q&A. I always love Casey's opinion matters more than pretty much anyone's in the Discord to me. So
Mama C, I mean, she carries a lot of water.
Mama C.
It's true.
That's right. No one else's opinion I really pay any attention to. But that's gonna do it for this week. We love you, and we hope you have a great fucking weekend.